I just wanted to make a quick announcement before Geshe Gelek comes in. Is that this is our first Sunday program without a children's class for a long time because we're giving our volunteers a break. July and August we're going to have no children's classes. However, children are always welcome to stay in the Gampa. Geshe loves children. If you feel like your children are of the activity level where it might not be beneficial for them to stay in the Gampa, I just prepped the preschool room, which Chris has always available for use. But there's a TV in there, speakers, so you can still take the teachings while your children are free with their bodies to be happy too. So please feel free to use the preschool room, and we expect over these couple months some organic tit for tat childcare might happen. You're welcome to use any of the children's classrooms. Maybe one parent would say, watch the kids or play with them this week, and then another parent will do it the next week. So we expect some of that to happen. But thank you.
In the goal book, please turn to page 34. And we'll chant the mantra at the top of the page above the words daily prayers. If you don't have a goal book, but you have a white binder, it's the first page with all the prayers. And it's maybe labeled Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra. I'll say this three times. four measures below that in English one time. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. I'll turn the page to 37. And we'll chant the four measures chanting version. And if you have the white binder, it's the Tibetan words where the music notes are. Below that, there are two mantras, Chenrezig mantra, the Buddha of Great Compassion, and then Green Tara mantra, deity of enlightened activity. So let's do 8 of Chenrezig and 7 of Green Tara. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Tare Tu Re Soha, 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Sorry, I'm a little late today, so I just wake up only a few minutes ago. Good morning. Children are going to stay. So we are going to meditate then. Next 2 minutes, do single point meditation, okay? Single point meditation. If you hear me snoring, then please excuse me. Yeah, so I just wake up. Yeah. So do short single point meditation, okay? You can use your own breath as an object, breathing out, breathing in. You can focus on that. Or you can concentrate on some kind of like a mental image. You can just create some kind of mental image. So just focus there. So that's the way to make your mind calm and peaceful. Okay. So next few minutes. Maybe that's enough. That's long enough. It's been 1 hour. Please, would you mind take one moment to introduce to yourself, each other? Ramasi. 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 What is her name? Her name? Anna.
Droka.
Droka, yeah, Droka.
Are you coming next Sunday?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah, there was confusion. Karen said she heard you weren't coming, and so she wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you. So I will continue the explanation of the mantra. So the Mani mantra. So last Sunday just finished one syllable. So I'll repeat this. If some of you are here first time, so I'm very much hoping that you can use this mantra for meditation on compassion. Compassion, which is very, very important. So very, very important. So I hope you agree with me. Compassion is very, very important. It's good for ourselves. It's good for everybody. Good for the bird, good for the squirrels. If you have compassion, they are going to be also safe too. So it's good for everybody. It kind of heals, all of us. It heals all of us. So that's one thing we all should emphasize, how to develop compassion and also educate ourselves and educate other people, importance of compassion. So then meditation on compassion is also like learning how to love yourself. What do you think? How to love yourself? If we really love ourselves, what we should do, we should develop compassion. So we should develop respect. We should practice tolerance. All of that. So that's the way to love yourself, because compassion is the mindset. It's the mindset. It's not the physical part. It's the mindset. It's the mental qualities, and that is the mental happiness. So then, the base on this mantra, this is the mantra of compassion. Mantra of compassion. So then the first syllable is called Om. Om. You see, this is the first syllable. Probably some of you already know. There's 3 letters together. A, U, Ma. A, I'm just repeating this. A symbolize body. Body. Usually they say O, U, doesn't matter. It's like which way you say A or U, not E. O or U doesn't matter. A symbolize body. U or O symbolize speech. Then the round one, this round one supposed to be Ma, symbolize mind or thought. Thought, thought, we think, thought, symbolize thought. So when you say Om, then this is called prayer wheel. This is called handheld prayer wheels. When you turn this clockwise and supposed to generate energy that is associated with the compassions. Then, with the thought to benefit all living beings. Then with that thought, then you turn, then hoping to, good. You turn this for the betterment of all living beings, not just American, Tibetan, like Buddhists. No, all living beings. That's the kind of thought. So you are contributing for a better world. You are contributing for a better world. So doing something. Or is the saying compassion mantra or tuning the prayer wheel. So you are contributing for the better world. There's Om, A, U, Ma. So then when you say word Om, then you, according to the instruction, you're supposed to visualize the body, speech, and mind. Not the impure, pure body, speech, and mind. Pure. What we call, in Buddhism, we call precious human life. Very, very important. That's how the day began. They begin, try to find something within yourself, something to be grateful, or something to be happy. Precious human life. It's not something that you don't like. No. This is precious human life. Okay. So when you say Om, body, speech, mind. I think if the children are tired, you don't need to sit. You can just walk around, then come back. Okay. So a long time ago, even the people have a lot of problem, difficulty learning this mantra. How this mantra has been taught? The B. One B comes, this comes Om. Everybody kind of interested in looking at watching the B. So then the B comes again, Om. Then how the B taught people how to learn how to say the mantra. So right now we don't need B, so we can learn. So then another B come Ma, then go again, then Pe, then Ni. That's how they learn. So the color, color is white. If you want to use this mantra as a base for your meditation, then you visualize Om, think about pure body, speech, and mind. Nature of body, speech, and mind, something pure. Not just that, then everything else. Everything else also pure too. Like that. Then color will be white. And it helps. This mantra is the sacred word. So mantra is not something that you say again, then it become mantra. You could say pizza. The pizza doesn't become mantra. So mantra is something. The definition of mantra is protect our mind. Yi kyop. Something that protects our mind from what? From disturbing thought. That's the whole purpose of meditation, to liberate ourselves from disturbing thought. Disturbing thought is no good. It's no good. Whether you are believing in something, whether you are not believing in something, it's not good. It's not good. Long as you have thought, it's not good to have disturbing thought, because it makes your life miserable. It makes your life miserable. So that's why I'm saying, going back to the point, if we really love ourselves, what we should do, we should think something positive, say something nice. It helps. It helps everybody. Okay. Om. So color white. So then it also helps to minimize or reduce or eradicate pride. You visualize, then it kind of like, reduce or minimize pride. Om. Oh yeah. So now I'll try to maybe finish this. Ma. So now the second syllable called Ma. Color Jangu. green. Color is green. Janggo means green. It purifies, or it reduces, or minimizes, or eradicates. The purifies, or jealousy, or jealousy. Topic or Tongbani. So. Everything started from I. So first we become very, we clinking so tightly on I. We become attached to I. Then my. That's how all the things begin. Right from the beginning, you become very attached to yourself. Nothing wrong. That's everybody's doing the same thing. Then after that, then my religion, my country, my culture, my traditions, my race, my idea, my opinion. Then there's so many things that comes out of that. So according to the teaching on emptiness, emptiness, as I said, so far, that's the only word they use to describe Tongbani. Very, very important piece of practice that in Buddhism. Basically, there's the kind of like meditation, trying to help you to figure it out. What is self? What is self? Oh, I'm not happy. I'm so happy. I'm this and that. What is that I? Do we have any clue? Do we ever bother to analyze that? Or we just go with that? So, what is self? We are not talking where is self. What is it? It's so strong there. What is it? Is the body, or it's like it's the thought? What is it? So it helps you to deal with day-to-day life reality. So very much. We see things, everything, something very serious, solid, absolute. That's not how this is. We forget. It's the perception. It's the reflections up, not the body. There's nothing to reflect in the body. It's the reflection of the thought. Thought is like clear lake. In the clear lake, there's nothing there, but things reflects. Trees, flowers, people, cow, animals. When they go nearby, you see the reflection in the water. It looks exactly like cow. Is that cow? It's not cow. It's called reflection. Even though you see exactly like cow, that's not cow. A reflection of our face in the mirror, it looks exactly like your face, but it's not your face. But there are certain things you can do based on the reflections, certain problem you could solve, For example, if that long hair coming out of your nose, you can cut that based on the reflection. So some purpose. But that's not the face, that's not the nose. So anyway, so my point here, is all the reflection, the perception of reflection is not something very serious, something very serious. That's why then I've been saying that everything is like illusions. It's not illusions, it's like illusions, illusions. So, for example, like magicians, they show some magic, right? Magic. You see, so some of them very good magicians. They create elephant, horse out of piece of wood. Piece of wood, they just create horse. They probably have some practice they do, so then they just transform piece of wood into horse. What do you see? You see horse. You don't see piece of wood, you see horse. What magicians see also horse too. Then what's the difference between you and magicians? Magicians don't believe what he or she sees, but we believe what we see. That's the big difference. So then all kind of emotions rise based on that object, let's say it's horse. Or all kind of opinions, all kind of judgment of mind rise. Basically, turns out it's just piece of wood. It's just piece of wood. It's not like something serious, looking horse or like, not all that. So, Nawa, same Girashi. Nawa means appearance, positive, negative, all of that is a reflection of the mind. The nature of their mind is empty. It's like clear sky, there's nothing there. Nature of their mind is like clear sky or clear lake, there's nothing. But so many things reflects. And we think, oh, it's there right from the beginning. No, it's not there right from the beginning. It just reflects on a certain object. They move around, they reflect there. It's not right from the beginning, it's there. It's just reflections. Nawa, same Girashis. Nawa, appearances. Good, bad, neutral, appearance. Nawa, same mind. Rangji, nature. Is the nature of, is a Nawa, same Girashis. Nawa, same Girashis. It's basically, it's a thought. It's the thought, it's the thought. Oh, very good. It's just part of the mind. It's not there something absolute good there out there. Then whoever sees, or everybody says, oh, that's good. And some people say, oh, it's not good. It kind of looks boring. People say different things. It clearly proves there's not absolute good or there's not absolute bad. There's just people just call the level. At the same time, not being understood. It's like illusion, and people have been treated like this, like something very serious or absolute. It's not like that. So my point back to the Mani mantra, ma symbolize ma. It's color green, green, then purifies jealousies. Okay, purify jealousy. So probably I should finish the mantra before I go out of the what you call side direction or march. So color green and purifies jealousy. It purifies jealousies. Then when you say next time when you say Om, something to think about. Ma, something to think about. Okay, because we've been saying this mantra every morning, even the children have been saying this mantra. In Tibet, every not beside except the infant. The infant they cannot talk. Besides that, every people, including children, everybody knows this mantra. Everybody knows this mantra. It's not like we have class. Then we taught them. It's just they just learn. People just learn. They just learn this mantra. They just learn. Maybe hearing. Wherever you go, you keep hearing this mantra. Everybody says the mantra. That's how you learn. So then, March. So now Ni is color. Omje, Ma. Ni is yellow, color yellow. Color is yellow, okay, yellow. Tesam is kind of like purifies, like how is the doubt. Yeah. So there's three things that become obstacles. Let's say, going to Washington, D.C., or maybe to see the firework, that's coming pretty close. So there's three things become obstacles. First one, there's no desire to go. There's no will to go. There's the obstacles. There's no will to go. This is just an example. Anything in life that you want to do, first obstacle is that you have no desire, no will to do. Cooking, how is it, mowing the grass, or how is it? Mowing? Mowing the grass. There's no will, that it's not going to happen, even though you have the machines, everything, but there's no will to that. Right? Domidus, don't want to go. Lam nor. Second one, you have will to go, but you go. But you are supposed to go to, I'm not sure, what road that leads to Washington, D.C.? What road? I-95? Oh. So what road that goes to Florida? Oh, that's kind of confusing. So let's say I-94 go to Washington, D.C. Then some other road probably goes to Colorado. Colorado? Oh, go Colorado. If you're not sure which road goes to Washington, D.C., if you go to the road that leads to Colorado, so you will never get to Washington, D.C. Lam nor, that means that mistake in the path that leads to Washington. Thetsam, so now the last one, let's go doubt. Don't know where to turn here or turn there, have no clear pictures, Let's go doubt. So this ni purifies the doubt, Oh, will it really make my mind calm or peaceful to do a single pointed meditation? Doubt, like that. So doubt, doubt. So that purify, mani, purify doubt. Okay, doubt. I mean, like the doubt that become obstacles to achieve something, not like every single doubt. Doubt that become obstacle to achieve something in life. Or whether it's like getting to Washington, D.C., or maybe, not having, faith or confidence, not having, not like convinced, not having conviction, faith towards something that you would like to do in your life. So that purifies, like ma ni. So now ni, then that kind of purifies, minimizes, or eradicates the doubt. Okay, not useful doubt, not useful doubt. So pe me, so ma ni pet. So the pet, pet is called pat. It doesn't matter. So if some Sanskrit people say pat or Tibetan people say pet, it doesn't matter. It basically means lotus. Lotus. So there's blue. Color is blue. Pe is color blue. Blue. It kind of helps you to like minimize or reduce like unknowing, what you call ignorance. Not knowing something, ignorance. That's the general speaking, not knowing. But here, not knowing true nature of mind, or so it's something much more deeper, not knowing what self is, not knowing that. So color blue is purified that. So there's so now me, there's in here, there's three letters together in here. There's, don't think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not like hold on. 1, 2, 3, and there's 4, and there's 5, and there's 6, and here it's kind of complicated. No, page. So then me is like red, color red, okay, red. There's syllable number 5, right? Syllable number 5, me number 5. It's color red, color red. If you put the color is red. It helps to not any kind of toothbrush. It has to be particular toothbrush, something like very like craving, craving. It purifies craving. So then the color is like color red. It purifies. So then who, the last one, who. Okay. So now I'm going to put it back here. Who. There's dark blue. Dark blue. It purifies anger. It purifies anger. Anger. So now when you meditate, so something to think about. That's become like analytical meditation. It become like review meditations, and your mind is caught up with this mantra. These are good things, and become very productive meditation. Om, ma, ni, pet, me, hu. So then you have something to think about. So that completes the compassion mantra. So compassion mantra. Om mani padme hum. So then I'm really happy that every morning, everybody in the in this gompa or sanctuary say this mantra and dedicate it for a well-being of all living beings. So although the children participate, it's very good. So we don't need to say anything. We just say the mantra. It very benefits all living beings. So that's the mantra of compassion. Mantra of compassion. So. Yeah, so that's all. So doesn't have to be this, how to do meditation of compassion, what do you do? So I very much like to hear, I just wake up, probably sleep, kind of sleepy. So if you don't mind to divide the group, then maybe discuss importance of mantra, importance of compassion, and how to introduce that to the our like in children programs, how to introduce that, to let them know the importance of compassion. So downside of getting anger, all of that. Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for participating in your little group. So now we'd like to open it up. We'd like to hear all the wonderful things you were talking about in your little groups. So do we have any volunteers? Someone who can, something to share? Oh.
So we talked about a couple of interesting things or a lot of interesting things in our group. A couple of the things that were maybe most useful, or we talked about the ideas of it's more difficult to be compassionate towards someone who is affecting you directly. It's a little bit easier to be compassionate towards thinking about things a little more abstractly. Or, Jared was talking about just in the moment. Like it's a little bit easier when you have some distance, when you have some time, like later on, to think about something that happened and think about being compassionate towards a person who may have done something that you didn't like. But in that exact moment, to be compassionate towards that person when it matters the most, it can be the most difficult. And then, Ron was talking about practice, like that's why it's so important to practice all the time or as much as you can so to be ready for those situations. So those were some of the things that we talked about.
I think, we also talked about how I've heard a lot of people say that they have problems being compassionate towards certain people, like especially when they feel that these people are taking actions that are really bad for others. And so I told the group this story about how I have a little child, and when he was 1, I walked into the living room and he's got a black Sharpie and he's colored all over our tan couch, and he's just so happy about it. And he's ruined the couch. But, you can't hate a child because he did something like that. So I try to look at adults who are doing horrible things as like the little kid with the Sharpie. They're just looking at the colors. They don't realize they're just ruining something. You can't blame people for doing things that they don't really understand fully. And so that's how I try to feel compassion for people who, are probably doing something that's not good, but
So in our group, we talked about how sometimes it's hard to be compassionate to like little, what we call pests, like mice and cockroaches and ants that come into your house. And you say, like, this is my house, and you get all